Hi, my name is Kerli Oonapuu. I'm from Statistics Estonia, and I'm going to talk to you about different applications and tools that we have made for people to use our statistics more. I'm going to focus on Tree of Truth, but I'm also going to talk about social media and the effect that it brings if you use it to spread your data. So, my name is Kerli Oonapuu. I'm from Statistics Estonia, and today I will be focusing on the application and tools that we use in Estonia and precisely in Statistics Estonia. And I will be focusing on the Tree of Truth because I understand it's very interesting for you. About Statistics Estonia, we are the one producer of official statistics. The other one in Estonia is the Bank of Estonia, and so we are the two only ones that do it. So for us it's very important that all the data that we produce is available for everyone. So all the data that we publish is in our database, and everyone has the access to it. And we work on our release calendar that we publish. We will publish our next year release calendar this year already. So there will be dates on when we will publish data, and we won't make changes in there. And the data publishing is always on the day that we have put into release calendar, and at 8 o'clock in the morning. So it is very important that everyone gets it at 8 o'clock. So for example, if the Prime Minister calls us and says that they want to get the data before, then the answer from us always is no. So no one gets it before. So it's very important. I have to address that we work that way. So the data comes together from statistical programs. One program comes from Eurostat. They will tell us what data we have to collect and what we have to publish. And the other one comes from Estonian government. So different ministries tell us what data they need, and they will order it from us. So statistical office doesn't produce data that we think it's interesting and we want to publish. We always have someone who orders it from us. And we did it this way for quite a long time. A few years ago, we understood that it isn't enough. So we can publish the data in database and on our website, and some government offices will use it, but it isn't enough. We want everyone in Estonia to use our statistics. So then we started making different approaches, application and tools for people to get better access to our data. Because if you look at younger people, they live in their mobile phones, their smartphones, they use TikTok, they don't want to go to the database, they don't want to work in Excel to find the data. So it has to be accessible for everyone. So I'm not going to read the slide, but I think you get an understanding how we work from here. And because we are a statistics office, we like numbers. So here's an overview of Statistics Estonia in 1 year. We have a lot of data providers that have to give us data. For example, if you have a company in Estonia, by law you have to give us the data that we ask from you. If you're a citizen, you have the possibility to say no. But we really, really want everyone to answer to get a better overview how Estonia is going. So we have 2 million website visits. This is only to our main website, and 2 million views to our statistical database. And the difference between visits and waves are that in one visit you can make a lot of views. So there was a question about if they know how many visits there are. We are using Google Analytics for our applications, and we look at the views over there. So for example, the statistical database views, it means that in 1 year, 2 million times someone has, or 2 million, someone has looked at data. So we don't look at the usage of database all itself. We use BXWeb, where the logic is that first you have to decide what kind of data you want to see, and then the data will be put together in a table. So the waves that the 2 million here shows the tables that have been produced. So we know that they were looking for data. We have a lot of calls and emails for our office as well. So we have customer support. We have customer support for those who have to give us data. The questionnaires are sometimes hard to fill, so we have 4 customer support women who will help. And we have 3 people in customer support who only deal with the requests of data. For example, if you're looking for something and you can't find it, you can email us, call us, or use our chat, our bot to get the data you're looking for. And there are over 3,000 requests for statistics in 1 year. And also I have put here the amount of followers in social media as well. In my last slide, I will talk about the impact and usage of social media to spread the data that we publish. But this will give you an idea how many followers we have. But moving on to application and users, we have a lot of applications, and many of them are very specific to the data that we publish. In this table, you get an overview about how we, inside Statistics Estonia, how we think about who are the users and what applications they would mainly use. It doesn't mean that for example, the specialist won't use the Tree of Truth or marriage application, but there will be focused maybe on some specific data more. So for us, the regular users are those who are just interested in some kind of data. They maybe don't need it for their work or their studies, but they're just interested. And for example, we have the name statistics application, where you can type in your name and see how many Estonians have the same name as you have. It's very popular. For example, if you have a baby, then this is the first place parents will go and find the name and see how many others have the same one. And we have, for specialists, for example, we have foreign trade application and labor market application that are very specific. I don't want to focus on them, but I will try to show you. Maybe I can see if you can. No, you can't see me. Yes. So it will be easier for you to understand what I'm talking about. This is our foreign trade application. We made it because in Statistics Estonia, the foreign trade data is, there are no limits to the data that we publish, everything. regarding in some data, we can't publish very detailed information because we can't. For example, if a company gives us their data, we can't tell everyone that this company has so many employees, their profit is this and this. We can't do it. We have to get an overview of the companies, but not specifically what company, how much. But with foreign trade, we can publish all the goods that are moving over Estonian border. So the table in the database is huge, and it is very hard to find the data that you're looking for. So we made an application that gives a very good overview about the products that are moving. So you can look information about Estonia, but you can also search for different partners. For example, let's take Germany, and you will get an idea about it as well. It will take a little bit of time for it to load, but it was made because of the fact that we had a lot of requests from our customers that they wanted to get an overview, but the tables were slow in the database and it was hard to find, so we had to make a different approach. And it's not, to be honest, it's not the most popular application that we have. It has about, let me think, over 1,000 users a month. It's not very much if I compare it to other applications, but it has been well received. And also you can search for our products as well if you're interested in something specifically. I'll show you the last one, then I'm going to move back. It's in English. So most of our applications are in 2 languages, in Estonia and in English. So it's our strategical move to do it in both languages. So we'll go back to the presentation. This is for example, and then we have application for our data providers. At the moment we are also developing a new submission application. In the future, maybe if we have it ready, we can talk about it as well for you, how we do it. And for scientists, we are also developing a new application, Erika, where they can get a better overview about the data that we have and use it for their studies. So if you are a scientist in Estonia or somewhere else, and you have to do some kind of bigger study, and the data that we publish in the database is not it's not enough, then you can order it from us for more details. We will give it out, but only if it's the right purpose. We will look the application through and give our approval that we will give the data. And also when you are publishing, we will be checking the data as well, that you are not publishing something that is confidential. So it's very important in statistical office to do that. And also you may see that we have here a bureaucrat. This is a ChatGPT kind of like thing that we are trying to do in Estonia. It will be ready at the end of 2025. Statistics Estonia is not doing it. It's a government project, and the bigger and purpose of it is to make communications between a citizen and the government easier. So you have this little bot that you can use if you want to find something. If you want, for example, to find statistics in Statistics Estonia website, you can answer simple questions already. We use it on our website already. But for example, if you want to renew your passport and you end up in Statistics Estonian website, you can write it in the bot bureaucrat, and it will direct you in the right place. So you don't have to find the right website where to find the data. But it doesn't work that way yet. We hope it's ready at the end of 2025. But now the Tree of Truth. In 2019, Statistics Estonia with Government Office presented a new application, Tree of Truth. And the purpose was to give a better understanding how things are in Estonia. It's not only for policy makers, it's a very good tool for all the citizens to understand the issues that we have. So there are 3 development plans that are featured in Tree of Truth, and the reason why the three of them, because there are a lot of different fields that they cover, so it's good to make a tree out of them. And for us it was important to make this tool because again we wanted to give our population better understanding about the indicators and to give you a better understanding how things are, and the footage that you get is simple, honest and objective. So I will show you the Tree of Truth as well. So we made it pretty easy. There are 3 different colors of leaves on the tree, and as it's said on the bottom of the tree, the green means that everything is good. Yellow means that we are working, we are in the progress, and we are moving towards the goal. And the red one is when things aren't good. But I think it's important to understand that there will always be 3 different colors if we talk about Tree of Truth. If it will be only green, then something is really wrong in our country, in Statistics Estonia and government itself. So you can't take it personally if something is red. In some cases we have got feedback, but why is it red, and some ministers don't like that we maybe show the data as we show it, but this is the truth. So we have different indicators on the leaves and categories as well if you're interested in something specific. And also you can look by the development plans. So we have 3. One of them is the Sustainable Development, Estonia 2035, and the Action Plan of Government in the government. The last one is going to be changing because we had a little change in our government. So at the moment we are looking forward to get the new one published, so we can make some changes at the tree as well. So with the 2 first ones, this is the Sustainable Development and Estonia 2035, the data is coming from our database. So if we publish something new, the data will automatically change in Tree of Truth as well. So we are using API connections, and it is updated with that. With the action plan, there is no table to put the data in, so we do it manually. But there are some things that I like to point out, maybe how you can. Yes, I will demonstrate right away. Uh, so you can look by, for example, you can look by culture. So the tree will show you the branch and the leaves regarding culture. And it's a good example to show you because there's one indicator that is 3 times in this branch. So you have we have participation in cultural activities. It's in our government plan. It is on Estonia 2035, and it's also in the sustainable development. So we have one indicator that is in all 3. And in our view, we can't do anything about it. We have had questions that why it is so and why are the leaves different colored. So if we take the green one and maybe show it here, you will see that it's green because the data has been improving, the number is growing, and the process is bigger. And because of it is in sustainable development, then there's only a number that there isn't a number, but it has to be improving to be green. But if we look at the same indicator in Estonia 2035, then there's a target. In the development, there's a target. So we are 1% short, so it can't be green, so it's yellow. So we're moving towards it, and everything is good. But it's 1% that is missing. And with government plan, the target is 80. So we're 1% shorter. And we try to make it a little bit understandable. We have also put information that this indicator is measured in 3 of the other ones, so we can move from there as well. And if, for example, if you take the sustainable development, you have the more information button as well, and it will direct you to our dashboard. I will talk to you about it in a second. And we have tried to put as much information as it is possible for everyone to understand. And yes, this is basically it. I will try to show you something there. Yes. And effectiveness of state and rules of the law as well. From here you can see, I will take here from maybe one that is red, so you can understand the data behind it as well. So the spendings, the target is we have some we're not at the target at the moment, and if you look at the percentage of it, then it's gone bad. It's going not moving towards the target, so it's red. And also, if you want more information, then we have a direct link to our database where you can look more thoroughly into it if you're interested. And from here you also have the different years as well if you want to compare the data, for example. And I will check it down. And if you want to get an understanding what the indicators are, you don't want to go through all the leaves, but you want to get an understanding about the indicators that are under the efficient state and rule of law, you can also go and look it from here as well. So you will get from here, from this view, you will get the data as well. So you will understand some point when we can show you the data. You can see how it's going. Please ask me questions. Please. Yes, so this is the government action plan, and you can also go through it. It has the same topics, and you can go through it to see how it's going. For example, let's take the national security and defense as well, but it's all red, and there is only one indicator, so if it's one, and the fiction as well, you can get the overview of this as well. So the data is covered because we have the statistical program, so the data will be updated, and the statistical program is made for 5 years. Every year we look it through, but we make it for 5 years. So data will be published for the next 5 years. So there is no problem that there won't be a data to compare it.
I don't want to dominate by asking questions, but it's quite interesting and exciting, and I'm sure we all try to understand how this works. It's quite interesting. Now, there are 3 main categories: so national, sustainable development goals, etc. Does it mean there are 3 different trees, or it's on the same tree? So, in a sense, can I see what's happening around sustainable development goal tree, and then what is happening with the government, and what if there are cross-cutting indicators, and how do you show and demonstrate that?
So all 3 development plans are on the tree. So you can select them. For example, if you choose the sustainable development, the other leaves that don't go under it will go in the background. So you will understand how much what's the difference, and moving in. So this is how. But yes, if the same indicator, we don't have a very good solution if the same indicator is in different plans. But I can show you again. Maybe I've lost it. Yes. So, for example, we have if the same indicator is in somewhere else, we have the information down here for you to understand. But we don't have a very good solution for that as well. And the one thing that with the applications that you do, and if you're thinking about that you want to do something to illustrate and visualize the data, you always have to think what happens when you have published it. So you have to have a plan. You have to have the funding to keep it going. So if I take the Tree of Truth, there's not much work we need to do it. We have a very small budget for it. We will change if something changes, we will make some changes. But we don't have maybe the funding to do a lot of new developments to it. But you have to understand that it's not once only making. If you're making something to show the data or to an application, you always have to keep it in mind. It seems very understandable, I'm pretty sure, but it is something that I run into walls in Statistics Estonia, that someone has a good idea, let's make an application for it as well. As I showed you from the slides, we have a lot of it, and it takes a lot of work, and you have to have the budget to do it as well. So in the time that we are in Estonia, where there is a lot of cuts, so I have to understand what are the priorities, and some application will not be it. So it is something that you always have to keep in mind to maybe make some applications that aren't so specific that you can use largely. And I will show you one example after the tree of truth. But does someone have? Yes, you had a question.
I have a question. In fact, for the Tree of Truth, is this connected with other platform integrated to integrate the data to get the data for other policy-making platforms? Meaning that to integrate data on status of realization of indicators, how the data are collected. You mentioned before that is done manually, but is for us to know is better to know how it functions, because it's when we see it's very simple, and even for citizens to get the information, but at the back are the specialists and many people that works with indicators in monitoring process, and we want to know how this application and this can help even the monitoring specialist that works in the strategic area.
So yes, for the sustainable development, it's very easy. We are the ones that publish the data regarding sustainable development. So it's good. It's very easy for us to put the data together as Estonia in 2031. Because I'm not the one that puts the data together, I have an understanding, but maybe it won't be as thorough answer for you as you would like. But we have one specific specialist that deals with other government agencies and collects the data together. And with this Estonia 2035, the indicators are coming in different times. So she's the one that knows the timetables when it will come, and we will update it not once a year, but I think it was once in quarters. So we have one specific person that coordinates the getting the data together. And with the government plan, it's actually that we are just at the moment waiting for it. We don't know what's coming from there, and we can act on it as soon as they published it on their website. Martin Lauri, who's talking later after me, I think he will get a better answer for it, how it's put together and all that. But in Statistics Estonia's point of view, we are the ones that just look at the government plans and put the data behind it, so it will get that everyone will get an understanding how we are moving towards it. I hope it was an answer for you.
I have a question about the public. Are they interested in the tree of the truth? Do they use it? Do they monitor the progress? Is it a tool that is visible? Do the media cover this? Or it just is for those who really use it for business? Or does it have a wide range of interest?
It depends. Again, it's not maybe the most popular applications that we have. It's around 700 visits, sessions in a month, and people who use it are very different. I know that there are schools that use it. They have put it in their education programs that the teachers, it depends on the teacher, but they will get they will go to the Tree of Truth and try to find some indicators. For the public itself, it is a good tool for some journalists. They have made articles and they make them regarding the tree of truth, if they want to adjust some problems. I think it was a year and a half ago, maybe, when one journalist wrote an not very not an article about culture and how the government doesn't deal with it enough, and the fundings aren't enough, and he pointed out the tree of truth. So it was somewhere when we got an email from the ministry itself that asked us what's happening, why. So we had to explain them as well that it's based on your plan and our data. And it is so. It is what it is. It's just the hard truth of statistics. So it is used, but again, you have to understand, and we had to understand, that we can make all these kinds of applications and great tools to find data. But there's always the question how the citizens or whoever wants to use it, how will they find it and how we will market it. And I will talk to you a little bit about it later. How much time do I have? Not very much. So if it's okay with you, I would move on to the next application that I wanted to show you. It's the dashboards that we have made. Again, this is an application that works only on the data that we have published in our database, and it is so the need was that again, businesses wanted to get the data, but they didn't want to go to the database. It was hard to find them. So we had to make some kind of visualization tool for better understanding. So we have for businesses, we have a section for local governments where I will show you, where we have the data about them, and cross-sectoral data itself. So for the local government, we have published and visualized here data, all the data that we have on local governments. So everything that we have in our databases is visualized here as well. So it's about, so you can, it doesn't matter in what local government you have, every local government has their own web page, and they use it on their own websites. If there's a statistical corner there, they will link it to our dashboard as well. So the good things that I would like to point out about the dashboards is that you can visualize the data in different ways. There's usually some variations how you can do it. It's more efficient to you. So the plural that I chose is here, so you can compare it to all the other ones. You can also get an overview about the data, from which table it is coming from our database, when it was last updated, and also the metadata that comes with it as well. But one of the things that actually Statistics Estonia uses a lot, and I know that other companies use as well, you can take the visualization and put it on your website. So you can implement it on your website, and if the data changes, it will change in your website as well. So you don't have to do anything. You will just put it on your website. I will show you just for you to understand on our official statistic data. Put it to English. One moment. So we have data by themes. And for example, here we have sustainable development, and by the different points, let's take a random one. So all the graphics that we show on the website are coming from the dashboard. So you can cross use it to everywhere. And everyone, you don't have to be a government agency, you can be a local business. If you want to show our data, you can take the graphic and put it on your website, and you don't have to do anything more with it. And the other thing that we have with the dashboards is that you can log in, you can make your own account. I will just log in to make an example for you. I have to make sure. So the thought behind it was that, okay, it's not. Why? I will try again, but I will talk to you about it. So the thought was that the thought behind it was that you can make your own dashboard here. So you can go and take whatever visualization or graphic that you're interested in and pin it to your own dashboard. So for example, if you're some kind of businessman or you're from some local government and you're interested in something specific, you don't want to go to the dashboard and go through all the dashboards that we have and to find the graphic that you're interested in. So you can pin them and you will get your own dashboard with the overview of the data you're interested in. And you don't have to do again anything to it. If the data is updated, it will be updated here as well. Do you have any questions regarding the dashboards? I think not, because I understand we're in don't have a lot of time. I will skip to the last slide and the importance of social media. So, as I told you before, we can make applications, we can publish data, but when no one is using it, what's the point? Yeah, it is a point, but we want more. So here are two examples. Sorry, we don't make a lot of social media posts in English, but I have one. So it gives you the understanding what we do in social media. And the first one is about international students working in Estonia. We put the data together to get a better understanding. We have done it for the last, I think, 3 years, and we share it on social media in different, for example, in Facebook or in Instagram. And the other one is about the consumer price index. So we understood that it's very depressing to just show, for example, 3 things that have gone cheaper, 3 things that have gone, the prices increased, and to make it a little bit playful and better to understand, we took for roughly the translation. It's a data pancake, and the changes in the pricing. So we took the basic ingredients of what it is to make a pancake, and for example there's coffee as well, and did a visualization itself. So we have one social media specialist in the dissemination and marketing department, and we have our own person who does all the visualization itself, so they work together. And basically I think at least once we publish in Facebook and in Instagram daily, but if there are more data, we will do it more often. We have slightly different strategies when it comes to social media. We understand that the people that are using different platforms are looking for different data, so we can't do it the same way everywhere. And the other thing about being seen in social media is overall overall view of you. For example, the understanding about Statistics Estonia. For the last year, we haven't had any problem to finding new employees because we are familiar in social media, and every other application that we have has told us that we have a very good Facebook page or Instagram page, and we are doing very great things, and they want to be part of the team. So it's not only about spreading the data and making everyone use it, but it's the overview itself and how you present yourself. So it has many benefits. If you haven't done it, it is a good place to start maybe. And I will see if I have the opportunity to show you the last thing as well. So we don't make deals with anyone to publish our statistics or to share our social media posts. So if someone does it, it's only because they thought that data was good and they wanted to do it. We don't only do posts. This is a little clip as well, and it's for Mother's Day. It shows you how many children and what kind of project yes, the process with mother has, and it's one of the ministry that has shared our post as well. So we also have in Estonia a few influencers that have a lot of viewers, and when I look at, because I'm responsible for the Google Analytics as well, and when I do the monthly overview, I can see that in some cases there for 1 or 2 days something has exploded somewhere. So I will go to our social media specialist and ask what happened. So she will track down that maybe some of the influencers shared a post and there is a huge impact. You see it very, very well. So yes, we don't ask someone to do it if we let the data talk about it itself, and if the posts are good, it spreads. So it's a very good thing to keep in mind maybe and to try, because at first when we started with it, we were afraid because not all the data is very good, and we understand that we will get very different feedback. For example, if we talk about salaries, it's chaotic. We get very angry posts and comments that who gets so much money, we don't get it. So again, we have to understand ourselves as well that this is the data, we don't take it personally, we answer the questions and give the data, but we can't take it personally. And we try to not only talk about serious things too, if there's something more cheerful or something like that. Like April's 1st, it's a very good day when we publish all kinds of fun things that make people laugh. So you have to be open-minded that statistics isn't boring. It's not only the numbers, and you have to put the story behind it to make it easier to understand, and people then want to use it as well.